We've all read emails and messages that we know have been written by AI, even when they're from people we might trust and respect. And when that happens, it changes your view of the person who sent it. The trust just goes. It's an expensive mistake to make. And this is particularly true with ChatGPT-5. It's got a lot worse at sounding human. Today, I'm going to make sure that when you use AI, it always writes like a person, like you. So whatever you produce with the help of AI is true to you and your voice and maintains the hard-won trust and reputation you have. The exact templates are set out in the companion document linked in the description under this video, so you don't have to read any prompts on screen. You'll just hear what to do, why it works, and what result to expect. Here's the core truth that sits behind all of this. GPT-5 isn't broken, it's doing precisely what it was trained to do. Write for other AIs, not for humans. That's why it defaults to complex structure, big words and abstract claims that can sound intelligent while often saying very little. The model defaults to how it's been trained, and in its training it's been graded by a machine, not by a human. So it optimizes for signals machines like: length, vocabulary, clever phrasing, rather than signals that humans act on: specifics, names, numbers, and clear next steps. Once you see that, the fix becomes mechanical. We need to change what the model believes it's optimizing for, and we're going to do that in 3 layers. Layer 1 is the system layer, the switches that change how hard the model thinks and how much it tries to elaborate. GPT-5 has a reasoning effort dial and a verbosity dial. When those are high, the model over-explains and wanders into that corporate buzzword soup we're trying to avoid. When we set them low, it takes a straighter path from brief to output. You'll see me refer to minimal reasoning and concise verbosity in the companion document. That isn't mysticism, it's just telling the model, short, direct, move on. Most business writing gets cleaner the moment you cut the overthinking. We don't need more paragraphs, we need clearer sentences. Layer 2 is structure. Think of structure as the mould you would pour the words into. If you give GPT-5 a wide, wobbly mould, write something professional, it fills it with fog. If you give it a narrow, sturdy mould, 5 sentences with a job for each sentence, it can't sprawl. So we give it shapes humans trust, short openers that name one observable detail, 1 sentence of context with a specific number, 1 action, 1 time box, 1 question. That's the architecture that gets replies. Layer 3 is language boundaries. Polite fences that keep the model out of vendor speak valley. We ban vague business speak, fluff like leverage, optimize, innovative solutions, and we require proper nouns and numbers, company names, dates, percentages, pounds and minutes. Humans respond to specifics because specifics show you did the work. If the sentence can't carry a name, a number or a date, it probably doesn't need to exist. And to make sure the model keeps this front of mind, remind the model often and early what it must include and what it must avoid. So let's put those 3 layers to work in places they're likely to be high value in your business. First, sales outreach. Picture aiming to sell to a mid-size agency growing fast. The bad version starts, "We help agencies streamline workflows with an innovative platform." The human brain labels that spam by the 3rd word. The good version opens with a detail they can verify. "I noticed you added 6 clients this quarter from your case studies." Then it anchors to proof. "We helped a similar agency cut project delays by 27% in 6 weeks. Then it asks for a small specific next step. Worth a 15-minute chat? That's 4 lines all doing a job. No grand promises, no features, 1 metric, 1 question. Replies go up because the reader can say yes without a meeting turning into a pitch. The companion document gives you the exact constraints to force this shape every time. Customer service next. Most teams default to the royal we, passive voice, and that famous non-apology. "We apologise for any inconvenience." It reads like a legal memo and makes people angrier. The fix is personal ownership at scale. You mirror their words once to show you heard them. You take 1 action. You give 1 deadline today. You offer a direct line if it slips. I see your refund is stuck at the review step. I'm pushing it through now. You'll have confirmation by 2:30 p.m. If you don't receive it, call me on this number. Short, plain, accountable. The result is more trust and fewer escalations. Again, the template in the document handles this for you, so your team sounds human without winging it each time. Marketing copy is where ChatGPT-5's secret language does the most damage, because it was trained on decades of breathless marketing. That creates a jargon flywheel. The model writes fluff, the fluff gets published. The next model learns that fluff. So we're going to break that flywheel. We're going to force our marketing copy to document what actually happened. One name, one date, one number. Acme couldn't reconcile quotes by Friday. Deals slipped. They started using our intake on 3rd of March. Approvals moved to same day. Win rate rose 8 points in 6 weeks. That reads like something that happened because it did. When everything else sounds like game-changing synergy, the team that writes like a court record stands out as credible. This document gives you a simple 3-paragraph mold to make that your default. Product requirements. Engineers don't want intuitive or robust. They want verbs, inputs, outputs, and numbers. So we give ChatGPT-5 a format engineers trust. Function, input, processing, output, performance, error handling. Calculate lifetime value. Take a JSON array of transactions, sum matches on customer ID. Return a float to 2 decimals via API. Process 10,000 records in under 500 milliseconds. Return 0.00 if none found. No grandiosity, just testable behavior. When product notes read like this, delivery speeds up because no one argues over what should means. Less rework, more shipping. The mold for that is in the companion document too. Executive communication. Boards decide on money, dates, and risk. GPT-5 loves to tell you a story. The board wants the bill and the break even. So we hardwire numbers into every line. Current state costs $786,000 a year. Proposed state saves $210,000 a year after an upfront of $145,000 plus 2 hires. Break even in March 2026. Decision needed by 30th of November or the vendor discount lapses. That's the whole slide. No journey, no transformation, no, as you can see, it's a decision request, not a campfire. Your future self will thank you. The template in the document forces a £sign or a date into every sentence. And now realism check. Even with good constraints, GPT-5 sometimes drifts back to its default style midway through a longer draft. Think of it as entropy. The fix is simple. Shorter chunks, stronger anchors, and resets. Generate in sections. Start each section by restating the must-haves, names, numbers, dates, banned words. If a paragraph slips into corporatese, stop and rewrite that one paragraph with the guardrails reapplied. Don't polish the drift, reset it. It's faster and you keep the voice clean end to end. The checklist for resets is in the document. Just cut and paste it when you need it. You might be thinking, does this kill creativity? No, it kills vagueness. Constraints don't make your writing robotic, they make it honest. You can always add colour once the backbone's right, but without the backbone, colour is camouflage. GPT-5 tries to impress machines. We're here to serve people, so switch the dials down, pour into better molds, fence the language, demand names, numbers and dates, ban zombie words, then save those molds as custom instructions or as documents you attach to the relevant project folder. Do this and you won't have to worry that you're not putting your best foot forward when you use AI to help you with your work. So now ChatGPT writes like you can use that extra time to develop your skills. And if you want to do that, this next video will help you.